Hey you, yes, you there, you dumbass hardstuck bronze, especially you, Carl, I see you. I have seen your 0 and 12 W Max Vladimir. Please stop. The 2024 Worlds are just around the corner, and you have absolutely no idea on what to do with your Pickems, don't you? Well, that's where I come in. Don't worry, I have graduated from Kajaani University of League of Legends with a master's degree in Reddit analytics, and I have years and years of experience on the subject. So, you can trust my word 100%. So, let's get right into it. Firstly, how long will the longest game be? Well, one slight glance at the patch notes tells us that Jinx will be buffed, so that means that we will have a hyper carry meta, which means that everyone farms until 30 minutes, then there's a fight where Jinx gets penta, and then the game ends. So it's gonna be the least amount of time here. Next, how many pentas? Well, I just said that Jinx will be meta, and Jinx gets an average of 4 pentas a game. That's gonna be the maximum amount here. Next up, what Drake is going to be slain the most? Technically, what Drake comes is completely random, except when my team gets the soul, it's always Cloud or some shit. But it would make sense to pick the best one, because of course teams will be fighting more over an Infernal Drake rather than the fart-ass one. So I'll say Infernal Drake. Then we have how many Baron steals will be there. For this one we will have to do some lecturing. If a team gets to do Baron, the other team is shit, obviously. But if the team then lets the other team steal the Baron, they are also shit. So, for a Baron steal to happen, both teams have to be at least equally shit. And you know where all of the shit teams are? That's right, in the play-ins. Let's just calculate how many play-in games there's gonna be. Okay, yep, that's the 9+. How many reverse sweeps will be there? Well, this is easy. BDS isn't in the tournament, so 0. Next up, what champion will be picked in most different roles? Well, one champion does come into mind. A fucking rat that terrorizes every lane they go into. Oh yeah, it can go top, jungle, support, wherever it is needed. Yeah, that's right. It's Twitch. Moving on, what champion will be picked the most? Here, we only need to look at the statistics. Hold on. And there it is. It's Lee Sin. No doubt, the numbers do not lie. What champion will be banned the most? I mean, what else can it be than this obnoxious broken ass noob champ Darius? It's so fucking easy and so strong. Fucking 2000 point and click Troedamage ult and billion healing and bleeding. What the fuck is Riot smoking? I can't understand how anyone can. What champion is going to die the most? Well, this is also quite easy to check. What is going to have the highest win rate? Okay, let me cook here. The meta-defining pick is going to be Jinx, right? So, what does Jinx do damage with? Auto attacks. What counters auto attacks? Blind. What champion has a point and click blind with a low cooldown? That's right, fuckers. This is the season of Teemo support. You heard it first from here. Then let's look at the players. Who will pick the most champions? Well, who else can it be than my goat Faker? He is practically 50 years old, isn't he? And so he can play basically anything. Who will have the most kills? Of course it's gonna be my goat Faker. Who will have the highest KDA? Let me check something. T1, what the fuck? Oh well. Who will have the most first blood kills? Well, it's gonna be none other than the first blood king himself, Janko! Who is G2's jungler nowadays? Who the fuck is that? Okay, alright, oh well. Then, who will get at least one pentakill? Well, it's gonna be none other than the trash-talking best Western ADC of all time, TSM. Oh, wait, TSM isn't here? What the fuck? Huh. Of course my my goat faker. Alright, then what minor region team will go the furthest? I have no fucking idea on what any of these teams are. I mean, Vikings sounds the coolest, I guess. Which team will win the shortest game? Which team will get the most Baron steals? Well, I can think of one.
Kuma, can he steal it? Kuma will have to fire rush.
Then the big one. Which team will win Worlds? Of course, it's gonna be the greatest, the boldest. It's FlyQuest. They are so cool, they don't even enter games themselves. Football is so fucking wide, the enemy team can't even fit into the arena. And Inspired is so good, he will inspire the enemies to get the fucking real jobs. I have no clue who the rest of these are, but I guess they are good too. I mean, it's gonna be BLG or something. But just imagine! And finally, what team will pick the most different champions? The fucking sociopath of a top laner from Mad Lions, Merwin, will probably pick more champions than the rest of the teams combined. If just... Wait, let me take a hit from that. If they just would get out of play-ins. Surely. This year. Alright, that covers the Crystal Balls part of the Pickems. Let's quickly cover the tournament next. The play-ins. Oh god. Let me... Okay. Mad Lions will get out. And I once again have never seen any of these other teams in my entire life, so I don't know. These will go through or something. I don't know. Then the Swiss stage main event. All Eastern teams will win easily, except for LNG, because without Scout they are cooked beyond saving. That makes 7 teams, so there's 1 spot for a Western team to advance. Okay, let's see. It's not gonna be Fnatic or Mad, because they are pure ass. NA is equally or even more ass, so G2, the shining beacon of light for the West, will advance to the playoffs along with the Eastern Giants. The playoffs, let me take a look at the script. Okay, it will be the most awful draw ever, with LPL versus LPL and LCK versus LCK matchups wherever possible, except for G2, who will face the weakest Eastern team like Damwon or something, and they will win. Then, in the semifinals, Gen G will once again choke on the biggest stage and lose to G2 in a dramatic fashion. That makes BLG versus G2 finals, which will be so unimaginably hype with the game being played in London. Everyone is so outrageously high on copium that this is finally it. G2 is looking better than ever, and EU is finally going to conquer their demons and topple China to finally win a Worlds title since the rat-infested basement in Sweden. But then, G2 plays the most toxic League of Legends anyone has ever seen. Broken Brain picks Gnar 3 times in a row, proceeds to go 20 CS down every game, and does fuck all. Yikes plays something like Rek'Sai and Belveth and just swims in his jungle. Caps goes full craps and dies to every single gank imaginable. Hansama paranoidly buys LDR first item every single game, even on 6, and proceeds to do absolutely nothing. And Migge, of course, as the driving force of the team, has a combined deaths of 73 at the end of the series. It's a combined 1 hour 3-0 to BLG, and all of EU go back to their caves for the rest of the year and never speak of this ever again.